Good evening. I'm going to try this again. Good evening. All right. I want to welcome y'all to our 47th Harambee Festival, our 30th annual recognition banquet. I think we are in for a treat tonight. We are going to be recognizing 4 great individuals and one organization. So I hope everybody's ready for a good meal tonight. And I'm going to turn it over to the mayor, Mayor Joe Gibbons, for our welcome.
Good evening, everybody. It is great to see you again. I feel like we were just here. I think we were. It's been a great week here at Martin Luther King Center and for Harambee Week, the 47th annual, the oldest festival in Caldwell County. And we're very proud of that. I know everyone in the room is very proud of that. I know it's been a fun week. The open with the family day, the gospel sing on Saturday was great. I happened to be on Sunday, that was great. I happened to be here for that. The basketball games are always fun on Monday night. And then senior citizens, we recognize some wonderful people, 2 that were 98 years old. How about that? That was exciting to be. And the oldest living graduate from Friedman High School was here, and that's just wonderful. Game night on Wednesday, and then of course we're here to the recognition banquet tonight. We're honoring 4 beautiful and wonderful people, 3 of which are part of the city of Lenoir, and we are very proud and very honored by them and what they do, and we'll be talking about that much later. But thank you all for your service to not only the city but your community. And for being the type of people that you are to represent our city in such a way and this Harambee Festival that we're so proud of. So I welcome you here this evening. I hope you enjoy the dinner. I hope you have a wonderful time. It's been a great week. Look forward to tomorrow night. I think it winds up with an old school dance. Yeah, we're going to watch Lester dance. That ought to be worth something. But thank you all for everything you do. I see Council Member Mike Perkins is here. Thank you, sir, for what you do. I enjoy serving with you. I don't know that I see City Manager Scott Hildebrand is here, and thank you for your service. And many from the Lenoir's finest police department are represented tonight. Thank you guys for all you do, for protecting us every day, putting your lives out there for us, and we do appreciate that so much. We can't tell you how much. And our fire department, Chief Sturgis, we are proud of you guys. You know that we're honored that you're part of that, and our great fire department does so much for us. And all departments of our city we're very proud of. So thank you for being with us again. Lester, thank you for what you do. And the King Center, you and your fine staff. Kenny Story, our recreation director, also is here. I saw him just a little bit ago. We thank them. He's somewhere. There he is here, and we appreciate what you guys do in putting this on, and we're honored. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, we're going to take a few minutes to recognize 2 organizations that are making a big difference in Caldwell County. And I'm gonna give a little history. How do we come by this? Every year, the Harambee Committee picks an organization or individual to recognize or to help out during their time of need. Our first year was Mr. Archie Bowers. He was battling cancer. He was part of Lenoir Parks and Recreation. Then we gave his family some money to help them out. Then one year we did hospice. And then we helped out Mr. Dougie Gibbs, who passed away right before we got to recognize him. Then we did a Kwanzaa Family Inn. This year, the Harambee Committee chose to help out the NAACP Scholarship Fund and People's Tabernacle's Breakfast Ministry. If you've never been to their breakfast ministry, they do a wonderful job on Saturdays by feeding the community. It's free. They don't ask them, but if you give a love offering, they do take a love offering. But I was at the door during these times asking for donations. I'm so glad that everybody participated and helped out because we raised over $620. So I'm going to call Amanda Briegel up first, the president of the NAACP, and present her a check of $310. Yes, you can say a few words.
Thank you so much to Lester and the Harambee Committee and to everyone who donated this week. We gave away our very first scholarship this year. It was to a wonderful young graduate of the Caldwell County Middle College named Amori Lipford, and she is actually moving in today to attend Bennett College. So we're very proud of her and her accomplishments, and we're looking forward to expanding our scholarship and honoring more of our bright young men and women in Caldwell County through the NAACP. So thank you so much for helping us do that.
Will Evangelist Horton please come up, except for the People's Tabernacle Breakfast Ministry?
On behalf of People's Tabernacle, Pastor Bishop Michael Sloan, I would like to take this time and say thank you so very much for your contribution to help us. It's an uphill journey, but we found out that it's not in vain. When we see people come on Saturday mornings, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, whether you live in a 5-bedroom house or you're living on the streets. We will serve you as long as the food lasts. And sometimes we run out and have to cook some more. and it gives me such an honor. And the children, oh my goodness, I've had them to come in and say, I've sat up all night long waiting to eat some of these grits. And so, and it gives me joy. And I would say thank you, and I want to say I thank Sister Kathy Tucker, Sister Rachel Tilley, and Benny Hood for the assistance that comes in and help me do this breakfast every Saturday morning. Thank you, each and every one of you, and I promise we'll buy enough food.
Believe me, the breakfast is good. They keep me some turkey sausage down there, and me and Bishop have a good old time. So if you get a chance, please go down there and eat breakfast or just make a good donation to help that ministry out. At this time, we're going to have Reverend Perkins to come up and bless the food.
Let us pray. Our wise and mighty God, we just want to say thank you for another blessed day. Thank you, dear God, for all your grace and all your mercy. Thank you, dear God, that you have allowed us this opportunity to give back to deserving people, to deserving organizations. We thank you for this facility. We thank you for how it's managed. And God, we thank you for those who have made these provisions possible. Now, God, we ask you to bless this food that we're about to partake of. God, may it be nourishing for our physical bodies. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend Perkins. They said be careful giving a minister the mic, so he did stay up here long. Thank you. I got to get in Reverend Perkins because he always picking me, so I got to pick him. I hope y'all ready to eat because Mr. Dean Southern Bistro is ready to serve us. So this is how the order is going to go. We want our 4 honorees to go first, plus Rocky Brooks, our master of ceremony, and then we just fall in suit. So we got enough over there, and I hope you bring out a good appetite to eat tonight. So 4 honorees get up first and lead the line, and then rest of everybody else just fall in suit. Crystal, Tyrone, Miss Jessie, y'all please lead the way. Rocky? All right. Enjoy, and then we'll start back with the program. Joe, you last. Program, continue to eat. We get ready to start back and recognize our honorees, so give us a few minutes and we get ready to start. Before I introduce Mr. Rocky Brooks, there's a couple of people I need to take the time to recognize here that means a lot to me, that without their believing in me and trusting in me and giving me the opportunity to do what I do, this would not be possible. And that is Miss Sylvia Green. Give her a hand. Miss Green think I'm gonna work up here for 40 years, but I got about 5 more left in the tank, so I'll be gone. And the other one is Mr. Sam Sturgis. He gave me an opportunity to be the director here at the Martin Luther King Center. He believed in me, and I can't say enough about Sam because every time he see me, he always have a kind word to say, and he's just like a father to me, and he's just someone in my life that means a lot to me. So give Sam applause for me. I always tell Tyrone, no matter what the governor up to, I always call him the governor, because that's Sam. He walks around here like he owns everything, so that's the governor. All right, moving on. Mr. Rocky Brooks is going to be our master of ceremony this evening. He works at Caldwell UNC Healthcare. Me and Rocky been friends for a long time. We started out when he was on the radio. I used to go do some interviews with him. He got that voice that just calms and soothes you down. So, Rocky, use your radio voice tonight and have a good time.
Thank you, Lester. Good evening. How's everybody doing? I'll tell you what, I'm not going to pontificate like I did last year. It's going to be really brief. But I think I just found out one way you could solve a lot of issues going on at least in the country as we have right now. Some people say divided, but I think a little bit confused. But if these folks over here could cater a meal and we put it in the middle of the country, say a cornfield about 45 acres in the middle of Nebraska, put all the tables out, get people around food, and just start talking after you start eating, I think you could come to agree on just about anything that could come out in a positive manner. It's amazing how gathering of people and just good food leads to good conversation, which goes on to the teasing and the lies start rolling and the laughs start coming out. And all of a sudden you're starting to like that person you couldn't stand before. You didn't even know who they were. But every time I come here, I hear before I get up on stage all this laughter and commotion, and Lester has to come up, quiet everybody down a little bit, you know. And man, it just makes you feel good to be here again. And the years go by fast. And in that regard, I can say, thank you, Jesus, because it means I get to have another meal, another conversation. But y'all got to sit over here on this end sometime. There's 2 advantages to being over here. If you get invited, you get to eat first. No, you're not. We're not switching. We can't handle change. But just the nicest people are over here. We'll invite y'all over one day next time, all right? Okay, get ready to start with the good stuff? Good stuff. All right, let's do it. There are a lot of people to be honored and a lot of great words to be said about individuals that make contributions tonight. It's my pleasure and my honor to be able to do this, and so let's get started, shall we? And I will read this. It was written in the first person, which means as if I were the one talking about. So, I was born and raised in Lenoir to the best parents a girl could ever ask for, Junior and Pat Trivet. I grew up riding horses, helping in the garden, playing in the creek, running through the woods, tormenting my little brother, Alan, and basically being a country girl. I am a 1987 graduate of Eyebrighton High School, where I played varsity softball all 4 years. I was also in several clubs at HHS, including Future Business Leaders of America, where I won a small scholarship. There is no such thing as a small scholarship. You earn a scholarship, that's big. You made an achievement. That is something to be so proud of. Where I won a scholarship to use during my freshman year at Appalachian State University. I received my bachelor's degree from App in 1991, then went on to receive my master's degree, also from ASU, in December 1992. I worked in the private sector, human resources, for several years during college, and then for several years after graduation before coming to work in the City of Lenoir's human resources position, and that was in June 1999. Also a big year for me, because I was also married to the love of my life, Jeff Smith, her, not me, in October. My husband and I have 2 teenage sons, Mason and Jesse, we're extremely proud of. I'm an avid supporter of the March of Dimes and Ronald McDonald House Charities due to the help we received from these organizations during and after the early deliveries of both of our premature sons. I'm currently the band booster treasurer for High Brighton High School Band, as well as the team captain for March of Dimes fundraising through the Team Lenoir Team Smith. I am active in the schools my boys attend via PTA and more. I'm a member of the HR Advisory Committee through the North Carolina League of Municipalities, and advisory council member for the local government Federal Credit Union, and recently received my certification as a senior certified professional through the International Public Management Association. Still love learning and try to attend a variety of learning and networking opportunities as often as possible. My favorite personal hobby is scrapbooking. That's becoming a big hobby for a lot of people. Scrapbooking, which leads to making a lot of new friends. While I love the beach and the ocean, I can't imagine living there. In fact, I still live in Lenoir with my family in the same house I was born and raised. Crystal Trivett Smith, please come forward. Read the plaque. I knew that. I knew. What it reminds, my wife gives me written instructions. Come on. So, on the plaque, 47th Annual Harambee Arts Festival, presented to Crystal Smith in recognition of your distinguished service to your community and the Harambee Festival 2019. How about a big hand once again? I will let you put that up there with you this time.
Thank y'all so much. I wanted to thank Lester and the Martin Luther King staff for allowing me to be here this evening and for hosting this annual event. I'm honored to be able to come tonight with my family to enjoy this week of celebration. I'm not used to talking about myself that much. Normally, whenever I talk in front of a group, it's about human resources things or insurance things. So y'all bear with me. I'm going to talk about myself just a minute. My biography already said a lot of things about me, but what I want to tell you a little bit more about is my volunteer service. Things that I've been involved in and how thankful I am that God gives me the opportunity to help where I can. As mentioned in the bio, both of my boys were premature, and we spent a lot of time in hospitals, in Hickory and in Winston-Salem. In Winston-Salem, we spent a couple of weeks trying to hold each of them off from being born too early, as well as taking care of them whenever they were born until they were able to come home from the hospital afterwards. My youngest spent his entire hospital stay in Winston-Salem, was almost 3 months long, while my oldest was only there for a couple of weeks before being transferred to Fry and Hickory, but still hospitals for days and weeks and months on end. But I'm blessed because both of them came home from the hospital in my arms, and I'll be forever thankful for that. While in Winston-Salem, my family and I stayed at Ronald McDonald House there in Winston. We were there so long, we got to know all the staff there. And eventually I was asked to talk about what the house and its volunteers meant to me and my family. I know without their help, I would have been unable to stay in Winston for the almost 3 months that Jesse was there without bankrupting my family. Food and hotel cost when you're out of town like that, as well as gas prices approaching almost $4 a gallon at that time, would have been more than our finances could have handled. They fed us and they provided us a place to live for those months. So within a 5-minute drive to the hospital to see our baby every day. I had volunteered for different charities before and enjoyed doing it, but I believe that it was Ronald McDonald House in my time there that really helped show me about the true blessings of being able to be a volunteer. So if you ever get the chance to volunteer at Ronald McDonald House, I'd encourage you to do that. Or if you ever dropped your money in the McDonald's box as you go through the drive-through for Ronald McDonald House charities, I'd encourage you to do that too. A lot of people, I think, don't do it because they say, well, I've never known anybody that's benefited from it. Well, now you do, because they're sitting right there. And we really did. Another opportunity that I've had to volunteer as a result of my children and their scary start into this world is that I volunteer my time with the March of Dimes. I'd been a team captain for them before becoming a mom through the city of Lenoir, through my employer, by helping do a team captain and having team walk-a-thons and that kind of thing. But after seeing all the things that they did to help my family and to help other families have healthy babies, including studying the causes of premature births, I had even more energy and desire to help fundraise for them and give it my all. So now, instead of just getting a walk team together for the March of Dimes walk each spring, I also host an all-day scrapbooking event here at the Martin Luther King Center, also in the spring, that raises additional money for the March of Dimes. My whole family gets involved in the volunteering by donating money, donating their time by working the event, getting their friends together to help volunteer and work the event, and making food or baking cakes, cookies, whatever, for the event. My family and I started it in 2012 with only a handful of participants coming up here to the King Center. We actually used the multi-purpose room over there by the kitchen. And there's just a real small group of us. We all fit in that room. We raised a little over $300 that year with just about 10 of us. A friend suggested that if I wanted to build the event and raise more money, to keep doing it each year. This year, the event, our 8th one in a row, raised over $2,400 with over 60 participants here in the Martin Luther King Center. My goal, I told Miss Robin that my goal when I first started doing that event that very first year, that my goal was to fill this facility completely full, to overflowing, to raise that money. And this past year we did. We ran out of tables and had to borrow tables from churches. I borrowed them from other city departments and then ended up having to borrow from local churches too. So that was a goal very well accomplished, and very thrilled and thankful to be able to do that. Although I've always volunteered with PTA or other things within the schools, as well as other charities and organizations, my time volunteering as High Brighton High School's band treasurer has been one of the most rewarding school volunteer opportunities I've ever done. I've learned a lot about the band, about the school, and about our county school system. I've also learned more and grown closer to my kids and their friends and their teachers. So my final thought that I want to leave you with in my part this afternoon is find something that you have a desire to learn more about. Find somewhere that you have a connection to or a passion to serve, and volunteer. I'll just bet that you receive more than you give.
Thank you, Crystal, and congratulations. Brent Phelps is currently the Chief of Police for the City of Lenoir. He grew up in York, South Carolina until the summer before his freshman year in high school, and his family moved to Conover. He attended and graduated from Newton Conover High School, then obtained an associate's degree from Western Piedmont Community College in criminal justice. Brent began his law enforcement career in 1996. Has been a supervisor in every division inside the Lenoir Police Department. He has been blessed to work from the rank of Patrolman 1 to Chief of Police at Lenoir Police Department itself. Brent worked as patrolman, narcotics detective, patrol sergeant, patrol lieutenant, professional standards lieutenant, support services captain, finally, chief of police. Brent said the 31st session of the National Academy in Quantico, Virginia. Locally, he has served as a board member, vice chair, chairpresident for the shelter home of Caldwell County. Currently serves on the Robin's Nest board as a board member. Within the state, Brent serves as third vice president for the North Carolina FBI National Academy Association state chapter. He and his family also volunteer at the Lenoir Oilers home games. He's been married to his high school sweetheart for the last 21 years, has 2 children that he is very proud of. Brent says he wears a lot of hats, but he feels like the daddy hat is one of the most important. Tonight we celebrate him as a daddy, but also as a chief. Chief, not here, but someone's coming up.
Video slide.
Oh, yes, there's a video. We'll have you watch, please.
Hey guys, it's Chief Brent Phelps here with the police department here in Lenoir. Just wanted to take a minute and say thank you for the recognition. I hate that I can't be there tonight. I'm attending my second week for the Public Executive Leadership Academy. I'll be finishing that up tomorrow on Friday, and that's the reason I couldn't be there. If it was not for that, I would definitely be there in person with my family. I know there are some officers in attendance tonight. On behalf of the police department, I appreciate them changing their schedule to be there. But I've just finished my first year as chief here in Lenoir. Feel blessed to be the chief for the city of Lenoir and the police department of Lenoir. We've got a lot of great men and women that work very hard every day to provide a good service to the members of our community, and they care about what they do, and that's important to me. The relationships that we have in the community are extremely important. That's where we meet. The police are the community, and the community are the police, and we have to work hand in hand together to provide the services for the citizens and our community members. And so I just want to say thank you for the recognition. I didn't feel worthy of it, but anytime that my department and the men and women that work hard for my department are recognized, I wanted to say thank you. And I hope tonight the banquet goes well. I'm sure it will. And I hope everybody has a good time, and take care and be safe.
And now a member of the Lenoir Police Department, Andy Wilson.
On behalf of the police department and the chief of police, obviously he hates he can't be here. He'd love to be here. He'll finish up tomorrow. But again, thank you for this. It means a lot to the men and women, and also to Chief Brent Phelps. Thank you.
If he just didn't talk so long, it'd have been okay. God, Andy, we had to work on that with you, buddy. Thank y'all for being here. It's great representation from the department, and we do have a wonderful police department. I will say that. I absolutely agree. Okay, Just People. The forerunner of Just People Now was formed in the mid-1990s by the Reverend Dr. Vanoy Pearson, Sam Sturgis, Emmett Stevens, Bill and Janet Martin, and other caring members of the community who met weekly for breakfast at Shoney's to discuss the state of affairs in the Lenoir community. These pioneering men and women saw the need for improved social relationships across the community, heard the needs for financial assistance in the local community, and realized that the time is right to turn dialogue into action. As they began to give this aid to local families for medical bills, utility expenses, and other essential needs, the recognition, the necessity of these efforts grew, as did the need itself. These were individuals coming together, pooling their separate resources to help everyone, because these individuals considered themselves to be just people wanting to make a difference in the lives of others, hence the name Just People. In 2006, the group acquired its nonprofit status and was incorporated as a not-for-profit charitable 501c3 organization under the name Just People Now, or JPN. Since that time, the organization has grown into the number of programs offered and increased its outreach in the community. Through Just People's Now Caring projects, the organization has provided assistance to the Lenoir Soup Kitchen, Kwanzaa Family Inn, Caldwell Hospice and Palliative Care, and provided school supplies and clothes closet items to adopted schools, West Lenoir Elementary and Valmead Elementary as well. Thanksgiving and Christmas baskets to those in need of a little help during the holiday season have become an ongoing part of JPN's outreach. JPN's signature summer youth program, SYP, Breakfast and More, is the heart of the organization's community outreach. In addition to healthy, nutritious breakfasts and snacks, practical life skill lessons, hands-on expressive arts and crafts, and fun-filled trips, students are exposed to positive role models from the local community who provide wings for their hopes and dreams. Just People Now gratefully acknowledges the community members and professional men and women who devote countless hours to making JPN successful. Also, JPN very much appreciates donations from individuals, local businesses, and corporate donors who have a heart for at-risk youth. Just People Now. Will someone please come forward? And while Kathy's coming up, I'm going to read what the plaque says. 47th Annual Harambee Arts Festival presented to Just People Now Incorporated in recognition of your distinguished service to your community and the Harambee Festival 2019.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll tell you that Just People was really surprised, but really delighted when we learned that we had been chosen to be an honoree tonight. I'll tell you, I thought that we had to be doing thousands of dollars or hundred thousands of dollars worth of community work to get that recognition, but I am really grateful and appreciative, and I know that our organization feels the same way too. We're glad that you took note of what we are doing, and we are hoping to be able to do even more in the community. My objective is just to tell you a little bit about the things that JPN does. Our bio said most of those things, but at the beginning of the organization, Reverend Pearson, Sam Sturgis, Emmett Stevens, Jimmy Norwood, and people like that are to be credited for having a heart for this community and really wanting to do something about the situations that they saw. And turning this into a nonprofit who could continue that kind of work was a wonderful thing and a move to bring to action some of the talk that had been going on. Just People Now really works in three areas, we like to call it. We have what we call community caring projects, and you've heard from our bio the kinds of things we do. The school supplies for the kids. We have adopted schools that we work with, and we do baskets for families. We try to reach out to our community. We help with the soup kitchen. We help with hospice care and those areas where there is a need. The programs that we're involved in focuses mainly on kids right now. We really have a heart for young people, and we want to help them as much as we possibly can. Last year, we had a new program that we called Promising Young Athletes. And this was a program where we had a professional tennis, not a professional tennis player come, but a professional tennis coach who made himself available to come to the community to help young aspiring athletes improve their skills in tennis. So we were very proud of that program. Rocky mentioned our signature summer youth program. This is a program that we introduce our kids to what we call a nutritious and healthy breakfast, and we help them learn and understand that there are a lot of foods out there that can be good for them that they may not come in contact with on a regular basis, like eating salmon for breakfast or having quiche or omelets or new things that they can add to their meal routines that may help them with things like their health, and in future health issues can help to ward off some of those things. We provide the kids with this nutritious snack. We give them an opportunity to be creative, to use their sense of art and expression. And usually at the end of our program, we've had them do reading with books and so forth so that they can talk about the books that they've read over the time period of the program and hear them speak in their own words about what they are doing. I certainly want to thank the city of Los Angeles, and particularly the Mulberry Rec Center, because our summer youth program has really enjoyed using the Optimist Center. It helps us quite a bit because it keeps our children corralled to the point where we can keep their attention instead of being at Mulberry, where they are tempted to go play basketball. So we are very thankful for Kenny Story for helping us out in that area, and we're very appreciative of him. Finally, I'd just like to recognize our volunteers. Our earliest speaker talked about the value of volunteering and how rewarding it can be. And we know that no organization, no one person does things alone. It always takes a group or other people to come in and help them with their programs. So we appreciate the volunteer staff that we've had to come alongside of us and give us some help. And I would like to especially recognize, and I will certainly recognize our group afterwards, but we have a volunteer that we call our special ambassador. And I would like Harry Stone to stand and be recognized because he is JPN's first ambassador, and he is really a strong advocate for our program, and we are very appreciative of that. So would you recognize him with me? Thank you very much, Harry. And now I'd like the remaining members of our organization to please stand. We're a small group, but we're mighty in our efforts and mighty in what we try to do in giving back to the community. I appreciate their being here and coming. I'd like to recognize Reverend Jimmy Norwood, who's our chairman this year. Thanks so very much to all of the board members for all of the work you do. Thank you so very much. And finally, as I go to my seat, I want to give a big thank you to the Harambee Festival Committee Awards Banquet for recognizing us. We do appreciate so very much your noting us, and we ask for your prayerful support in all of the work that we will do and that we will continue to do in the future. Thank you.
I remember the first time someone used the term, I'm from LA, around here, and it took an explanation to tell me that that meant big time. Samuel Tyrone Sturgis III, born on April 26, 1965 in Lenoir, to Samuel Jr. and Linda Sturgis. He has 3 sisters, Lisa Sturgis, Carmen Logan, Mary Ann Patterson, and one brother, Michael. His family, friends, and associates know him as Ty. He's been married to Carol Sturgis for 28 years. Together they have 2 sons, Jordan, age 20, and Austin, 18. Ty matriculated from High Brighton High School in 1983, attended Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute, where he decided to start a career as a firefighter. He's been a dedicated employee with the Lenoir Fire Department since 1986, has been promoted through the ranks of lieutenant, shift lieutenant, captain, battalion chief, and now assistant chief. Ty made history in the city of Lenoir, being the first African American to reach the rank of captain in 2004. Through his demonstrated leadership capabilities, he was promoted to assistant fire chief for the city on May 7, 2018. Education and training is very important in his profession. He maintained several state certifications such as emergency medical technician, emergency vehicle driver, North Carolina Fire Officer 1, 2, and 3, emergency rescue technician, and North Carolina certified fire instructor. Additionally, Ty has taken national courses in various areas at the Department of Homeland Security. As a leader within the organization, Ty understands the need to develop and promote future officers within the department. He has served on numerous assessment panels throughout the state of North Carolina. Ty's faith is a key component of who he is, and he attributes his success to his belief in Jesus Christ. He has been a member of the Life Center Church of Lenoir for 25 years, where he serves on several boards, which include the Deacon and Usher Board. Tyrone also serves as the treasurer for North Carolina District Board for the Mennonite Brethren Churches. You heard the old saying, twin son of different mothers? Well, I feel like I can introduce my twin brother of a different mother. I love this guy with all my heart. Ty Sturgis, please come forward. And allow me to read the plaque. 47th Annual Harambee Arts Festival, presented to Samuel Tyrone Sturgis III in recognition of your distinguished service to your community in the Harambee Arts Festival, 2019.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. If you're looking for the Sam Sturgis that has a lot of words, he's sitting right there. I am the Sturgis with little words. And if you just bear with me one moment. I feel so honored and humbled to receive the recognition at the 47th Harambee Festival. First of all, I would like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, I would be nothing. There's an old African proverb that says, when you see a turtle on top of a post, when you see a turtle on top of a fence post, know that he didn't get there on his own. There are many people I would like to thank, for without them, I would not be standing here in front of you tonight. First of all, I want to thank Lester Whittington and your staff at the Martin Luther King Center for putting together this banquet. You always do a wonderful job. Mayor Gibbons, the City Council, and our City Manager, Mr. Hildebrand, thank you for your dedication and contributions to this community. Lenoir Fire Department, the late Sam Williams, who gave me my first start as a firefighter in 1986, and Chief Briscoe, who had enough confidence in my abilities to be a leader, gave me my first Chief Officer's promotion at the department. Lastly, I want to give a big thanks to my family who loved and supported me. My wife, Carol, sons Jordan and Austin, Mom and Dad, and my siblings have been there throughout all my highs and lows. This has not been an easy journey. I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles, but with faith and the help of so many people in our community, I was able to accomplish a goal that had not been imagined by minorities in our city. I hope this allows our young generation to be able to dream and to know that they can reach their dreams through hard work and perseverance. I want to give a special thanks to a certain person who has been inspirational in my life, who's led by example, loves the community, treats everyone with dignity and respect, and has inspired me to be just like him throughout my life. I've learned so much and have become a better man, father, husband, son, and brother, and most of all, a better citizen because of him. He instilled in me that I could be anything that I wanted to be in life as long as I worked hard. This person is whom I'm named for, Samuel Sturgis Jr. Thanks, Dad. Mom, I can't leave you out. You've been the rock who have always been there when we needed you. You have provided many meals on days when Carol and I were too tired from working all day. You took care of our kids during the days when they were little, and when they got older, you cared for them when they were sick so that we wouldn't miss work. Thank you for being there for me and my family. I've always wanted to give back to my community, and being a firefighter has afforded me that opportunity. Thank God for my career in public service and for the appreciation of that service for the community in which I live and work in. Thank you.
I guess Thomas will have to call you Governor Jr. now. I got to take the time to thank a few people on this to help put this Harambee together. Zach Carter. Zach, stand up. Zach's been here all week helping us out. He's on the Harambee committee. Linda Hood, she's on the Harambee committee. Please stand up. Joy Grandy, she couldn't be here, but her mother's here in her place, so thank Joy. Robin Scott, she's here somewhere running around, just clock her. She'll stop sometime. Robin's back there in the back. And also Dane Hood, stand up. Dane's always here helping us out. Can't do enough without Dane, so I just want to thank them. And also our supervisor, Mr. Kenny Story, please stand up. Kenny always helped us, never say a thing when I bring him these big bills of artists I'm bringing in. He just looks at me, keeps going. So I thank you, Kenny, for believing in this festival and supporting this festival. Thank you a lot. Well, I hope everybody had a wonderful time, a good evening. Tomorrow night we have an old school dance. Not an old school dance. We're going to have Mr. Adrian Crutchfield. I don't know if y'all know who he is, a jazz artist, saxophone player. He used to perform with Prince, Lionel Richie. So if you're not doing nothing tomorrow night, please come out and just sit back and enjoy some good music. Lastly, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I hope everybody gets out of this what I get out of. Harambee means a lot to me. I put a lot into this festival because it means a lot. It means unity and togetherness. And this is our festival. It's not my festival. It's not it's Lenoir's festival. And believe in it, because this festival, a lot of people are talking about this festival because we do a lot. You're not going to find a festival, a week-long festival, that offers 2 meals, family fun day, gospel stuff for free. You name me one in the state of North Carolina, I'll say, take it to me, let me see it. But I do believe in this festival, and I believe in everything we do here at the Martin Luther King Center. Thank you again, Sam, for the opportunity. Thank y'all for coming out supporting this festival. I do have some T-shirts. If anybody need a T-shirt, and I want to, no, you ain't getting one. Just put your hand down. But thank you, and continue to support this festival, support anything Parks and Recreations do as a whole, and support the police force, because my brother just retired 35 years, Mike Whittington from Hopewell Police Department, just retired from the Hopewell Police Department in Virginia, so I'm so proud of him. And I just want to let everybody know I'm glad to see my brother and here, Mr. Barry Derrick, Tyrone's a friend. They used to run around each other. I ain't gonna tell them stories, so I'll keep them to myself. Thanks Crystal for her always willing to help us up here, and Just the People Now. So we did honor some good folks this year, and thank Bishop Sloan's, his ministry, and the NAACP. I just want everybody to know I am so honored, and thank you for coming out tonight, and be safe. Thank you.